Welcome back everyone to another episode of TBD Crafts with Gabriel, and today I wanted to make a showcase video of all the customs that I've made up until this point before I had the channel started. As we go along with this showcase video, I'll be throwing in some commentary here and there about what I did to the figures and how I did it. So without further ado, we'll get started with these two Shock Troopers and Commander Fox, all three from the Black Series. The first thing that I did with the Shock Troopers was remove their pauldrons. These are the Shock Troopers that were the Walmart exclusive Bad Batch Season 1 Troopers. Both of them had the red pauldron. I took them off in favor of having just standard Shock Troopers. I also went ahead and put the black headband on their helmets to bring it more in line with live action and make my collection more cohesive. With Commander Fox, I simply removed his cloth camo. For me, it was too frilly. It didn't stay down the way I wanted to. It stuck out, it looked bad. So I bought the Walmart exclusive Clone Wars Anniversary ARC Trooper, the Phase 1 ARC Trooper. And I took his camo and belt piece. And while it's not technically accurate to how Fox is seen in the Clone Wars, this is much better in my eyes and suits my needs much better than the previous camo did. All I did with the camo was I painted it matte black over the gray, and I kept the red tube striping on it because that matched the original camo and the one that he is depicted in the show. Now, the keen-eyed among you will also notice that I cut a little bit into Fox's arms at the elbows. This was just so I can increase the articulation range of his arms to bring his guns up a little higher, and as I do with all of my dual wielding clone troopers, was I cut into his left hand and separated his index finger from the rest of his hand so he can properly hold his pistol. Now with the next set of troopers, I have the Walmart exclusive Clone Wars Anniversary ARC Troopers. The one on the right, the red one, is unchanged, minus the index finger modification to his left hand. However, the second one here, the black, blue, and white one, is the one that I cannibalized for Commander Fox's camo and holsters. Now, I had originally intended on using an Umbra Trooper, the GameStop exclusive, for Commander Fox, but it didn't work because I had to paint the black holster and belt white, and I didn't like how it was turning out. So I decided to put him on this trooper and make him a completely custom 501st-esque ARC Trooper. Now the paint work is very quick and dirty. I did it on a whim. If I could go back and clean it up, I would, but for now it suits my needs just fine. There are a lot of imperfections, a lot of missed details, but at the end of the day, it works for me. And speaking of the Umbra Troopers, Here we have the one that I used the camera and holsters for, that Phase 1 ARC Trooper. Now again, I have two depicted here. One that is completely unchanged minus the finger modification on the left hand, and the second that has been changed. So what I did with the second one was I took Commander Fox's original holsters and I went ahead and placed them on here. I painted them black, and I think it turned out pretty well. I actually kind of like the difference in the shine with the matte holsters versus the shiny black armor. And I always like to have, if I can, one figure that is mostly unchanged to have next to the figure that is changed. And in this case, it's nice to have kind of a duo going on, a partnership type thing. So as you know, in Battlefront 2, anyone can be playing in any of the ARC Trooper skins at any time. So it's reasonable to think that there would be multiple of these troopers in this color scheme out there. And finally, we have the figures that started it all. The figures that sent me down the rabbit hole of customizing and eventually into diorama making. The Elite Clone Troopers from the Bad Batch Season 1. Now, in my mind's eye, Elite Clone Troopers meant stealth. And these clones were great as were, but they were much too shiny. So I hit them with a dull coat to bring down that shine. Now over time, with temperature fluctuations and moving back and forth, the coat hasn't held up, and it's something that I want to revisit one day. The only other modifications that I've done to these troopers was the black headband on the helmets to bring them back into the live action realm, and also added a semi-gloss coat to their visors. Thank you all for watching so much. I very much enjoyed putting this together. It's actually one of the most fun videos I've had the chance to put together. I very much enjoy doing stuff like this with camera work and lighting. So if you could, leave a comment, good, positive or negative. Any feedback is good feedback. Leave a like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. And wherever you are in the world, have an amazing day. And I'll see you all on the next one.